We shouldn't fail to act on areas that we do agree or could agree just because we don't think it's good politics. Just because the extremes in our party don't like the word compromise.
Welcome to Opinion Journal. I'm Mary Kissel. President Obama is talking the language of compromise after getting the government reopened in these last hours. And the GOP is trying to figure out what went wrong. Well, my next guest has a theory. Wonderland columnist Dan Henninger joins me now. So Dan, what did go so wrong for the GOP?
Well, what went wrong for the GOP, Mary, is that the order of battle got reversed for them. Before all of this happened, they were on the ascension. Polls were saying that Republicans were beating the Democrats on handling the economy, foreign policy. Obama's foreign policy was going downward because of Syria. So they were on the rise. They had him on defense. Then they initiated this defund Obamacare strategy, which ended up shutting down the government, and suddenly roles were reversed.
The momentum changed.
The momentum changed. They gave the president an opening, and when he got that opening, he took it and ran with it. And, you know, in this press conference, we've just seen this kind of smiley-faced, non-ideological president. Mary, as I wrote in my column, for the entire 3 weeks, he had his organization for Organizing for Action putting out tweets under his name, Barack Obama, and after that would come a line trashing and pummeling the Republicans and John Boehner personally. It was the most ideological, hardline partisan campaign you have ever seen.
So you present a nice face to the public and talk about compromise, but in actuality, you're basically Romneyizing them over Twitter and social media.
You know, Mary, I think this is the definition of bad faith. And bad faith is not a good thing. In politics, you have to have some sort of minimal basis for being able to do business with the other side. And the Republicans have been put in a position now of figuring out, how can we do business with a Democratic president who, on the one hand, hits them in public, as he did in this press conference, and in private has got his organization sending out these messages to the database that he collected during the election, the 30 million people whose names they collect. Not small at all, and it has an effect.
So how do you respond to that?
Well, I think the Republicans probably need to go on the offense. I mean, they have to start describing. I think their leadership has to go public, even maybe giving speeches, describing the problems they have had negotiating with the president. They've got to make him defend the stuff that he's been doing. I think, for instance, John Boehner could say, I can't have a negotiation with this White House if simultaneously his organization is sending out tens of thousands of tweets undermining the negotiation.
But he's going to keep doing that, and he's called the GOP extremists in the past. So wouldn't you just play in to that campaign if you did go on offense as Republicans?
No, I really think they have to put the burden on the president to defend himself. Look, they're operating after this experience with minimal leverage in any negotiation. It's going to be very difficult for them. And I think unless they raise the stakes publicly, Mary, that is the one thing I will say Ted Cruz did. I completely disagree with the tactic that he adopted, which was defund Obama. Didn't work. But Cruz did go on offense in a public way. And I think if they put the burden properly on the president, he's going to have to defend himself against his contribution to this breakdown.
Okay, we're going to leave it at that. Thank you, Dan.